So this is how I made my music hub. This is a new project where I could make a teleprompter, and these are the different sheets that I made to work on it. So this is the screenshots of what you will see, and next will be how I got it started. That's the actual teleprompter. So this is a little short video telling you how I used Visual Studio Code and a Copilot to write myself a teleprompter. I told it to show me some code for a guitar teleprompter, and then I hit this little button in the right bottom corner of Copilot, and it started thinking. And pretty soon it made up a bunch of HTML code. I used to try to teach myself that and never got there. But I know about HTML code, so I knew what it was, and I found the Visual Studio Code where I could paste it in. And so I created a file, named it something appropriate, and pasted in the code that Copilot gave me. And then once I had saved that in a file, an HTML file, you can just open up and it'll open up in a web browser. And then I started plugging away, going back and forth, trying to make a guitar teleprompter. I know what one looked like, so I started working at it. Created the file, pasted in the code from AI, and started going back and forth. Now, that's not the way to do it. You should learn about AI first. But I just kept plugging away because it seemed like I was getting there. And then I'd have setbacks and just lose a bunch of stuff. And then I'd go forward. AI can be pretty squirrely if you don't know what you're doing with it. And but eventually had a teleprompter to practice with. You know, I've never put it out there for anybody to see because that's a whole nother learning curve to try to get it out on the net and be allowed to present it. So I've yet to do that, but since AI helped me create it, I used a voiceover and kind of let AI voice tell about it. You know, I typed it all up, put it in one of those generators, and I created the voice. It shows here how I've got 4 different files that it ended up creating that I had to keep all in the same folder so it'd all work. It works pretty good for me. I can use it to practice. I'm not that good at guitar. I'm not good at programming either. So mediocre at all of it. But it got the thing done, and here she is telling about
The
it.
Music Hub is your central screen for navigating, designed to simplify practice sessions by converting plain text song sheets into a scrolling teleprompter. It's not intended for complex musical arrangements or live performance, just a practical solution for avoiding page turns. You can type your own lyrics and place chord changes directly in front of the words where they occur. The program will render the chords above the corresponding letters in the scrolling view. There are many music sites online with songs already formatted this way. Download them as plain text files and let the Music Hub help you set them up. New Song Sheet Header Harmonizer. This tool adds the required header lines to your song sheet, scroll speed, font size, and other settings, so the teleprompter knows how to behave. Select a plain text song file, press the button, and the headers are inserted automatically. You'll be ready to validate or move on to the next sheet. Song Sheet Validator. The validator is a built-in text editor that helps you stay inside the program while correcting song sheets. Import your song and verify that the header lines follow the exact format the program expects. Use the Re-evaluate button to check for issues like missing colons or incorrect capitalization. Once everything looks good, press Export Corrected File to save your changes directly in place. Chord Images. A folder of chord diagrams is included, sourced from various online tools. It doesn't cover every chord, but it's a solid start. If you need a missing chord or prefer a different fingering, save your own diagram as an SVG file. The program will display these at the top of the scrolling view, A helpful reminder if you forget a fingering. Screen and scroll settings. The teleprompter adapts to your browser window. Resize it however you like. The font size and window dimensions directly affect scroll speed. I usually practice on my laptop in full screen mode and adjust fonts and speed until it feels right. Once you've dialed in your settings, go back to the Music Hub and use the validator to update the song sheet headers. Next time you load the song, your settings will be preserved. Scroll drift and delay correction. Even with 3 decimal places for scroll speed, drift can happen. That's why I added a Create button to help you fine-tune. While listening to the song, use the pause and scroll buttons to realign the lyrics with the blue line. You can do this throughout the song. When you're done, press Export Delays to embed those timing adjustments directly into the song sheet. Themes and visuals. You'll find buttons to toggle between light and dark mode, plus a theme button to change colors. In the top right corner, there's a countdown timer showing the song duration. The red blinking light flashes every second. Maybe one day I'll turn it into a beats per minute indicator. Looking ahead, I don't have long-term plans for the Music Hub. It's a tool I built to make practice easier. Thanks for checking it out, and keep practicing.
So this is my first venture into AI coding. They call it vibe coding. And, I've made a nice little program for myself. It was a struggle because I didn't know what I was doing with AI, and I had to go back and forth a lot. But I do enjoy it now that I've got it, and I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for listening. Bye.